your best operator is already halfway out the door, and you're probably the reason. Like the intro said, your best operator is already halfway out the door, and you're probably the reason. Not because you're evil, not because you don't care, not because you don't see what's happening. It, we'll cover that. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Gerald. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you're new here, here's your chance to help this channel grow. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and that little bell that lets you know when the next hard truth is going to drop. Now let's talk about the operator you rely on the most. The one who shows up early, the one who fixes problems when asked, without being asked, the one who trains new guys, the one who doesn't complain, the one that you rely on for everything. That one. That's the one you're about to lose. And here's the part nobody tells you. High performers don't quit loudly. They quit quietly first. They stop suggesting improvements. They stop volunteering. They stop caring about the little things. You think they're just having an off week. No, they're detaching. There's research across multiple industries showing that high performers are more likely to leave when they feel stagnant or unrecognized. Not low performers, not the lazy ones. Your best people have options, and they know it. Now let's break something down that most shops don't understand. Low performers stay longer. Why? Because they don't have the leverage. High performers leave because they do. So when your best operator walks out, it's not random, it's predictable. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. When was the last time you had a real conversation with your best operator about their future? Not about production numbers, not about attendance, about growth, about direction, about what's next. Because here's what happened in most shops. When your best operators become your crutch, you lean on, you give them the hardest jobs, you fix the schedule around them, you rely on them to clean up everyone else's mistakes, and you call that trust. But from their perspective, it feels like punishment for being competent. Think about it. They perform better, so they get more work. They solve problems, so they get more responsibility. They don't complain, so they get overlooked. And eventually they realize something. There is no reward for excellence here, only one more burden. That's when the job search begins. not aggressively, not angrily, just quiet browsing. Now, let's talk about recognition. Not Employee of the Month plaques, real recognition. In manufacturing environments, studies show that consistent acknowledgement from direct supervision significantly increases retention and engagement. But here's the problem. Managers assume high performers already know they're valued. So they focus their attention on fixing weak links. And that makes sense operationally, but not psychologically. It's a mistake. High performers still need feedback. They still need direction. They still need growth. Silence does not equal satisfaction. Now, let's talk about growth ceilings. In many shops, the only way up is into management. And not every great operator wants to be a supervisor, although they usually make the best ones. Some want skill mastery. Some want higher technical certification. Like me, I got my tool and die degree. If the only ladder you offer leads to a desk that they don't want, they'll climb a ladder somewhere else. No, let's hit something even deeper. Burnout. Your best operator is usually the one absorbing inefficiency. Bad training, they fix it. Poor planning, they adjust. Proven process, they work around it. But every workaround is emotional labor. And emotional labor accumulates. You see output, they feel exhaustion. And because they're competent, no one notices the strain until the resignation letter comes in. And then the leadership says, "We never saw it coming." Yes, you did. You just ignored the signs. Reduced enthusiasm, the shorter answers, the lack of eye contact, the shift from ownership to obligation. Now, here's the brutal financial truth. Replacing a skilled manufacturing employee can cost anywhere from 20% to 200% of their annual salary when you factor recruiting, onboarding, lost productivity, and training time. And that doesn't include culture damage. When your best operator leaves, everyone else notices. Morale drops, questions rise. If you left, what does he know? Attrition spreads. Retention is not about keeping bodies. It's about keeping anchors. So what do? First, stop assuming loyalty. Loyalty is not permanent. It's conditional. Second, create visible growth paths. Skill ladders. Cross-training programs. Can't tell you how many times I wish we had those. Certifications. Third, have future conversation. Ask, Where do you see yourself in 2 years? And listen, not defensively, not dismissively. And fourth, reward performance in ways that matter. Yes, pay matters, but so does autonomy. So does trust. So does influence. Invite your best operator into problem solving discussions, not as labor, as a voice. Because when high performers feel heard, they stay. Now, let's zoom out. Why does this matter to you as a leader? Because losing your best operator isn't just a staffing issue, it's a signal. It means your system rewards mediocrity more comfortably than excellence. And that's a culture problem. If this conversation feels familiar, if you're worried about losing someone critical, that's exactly what I help companies prevent. I don't see motivation. I build retention systems, performance pathways, leadership structure that doesn't burn out your top talent. They're the ones that yeah, they're the ones that rarely have to. If you want that kind of shop, reach out. Let's fix it before your best operator makes this decision for you. I'll see you in the next video.